everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Throttled Roots podcast, recorded right here at our studio, at our home, Ventura Harley-Davidson. If you're looking for new, pre-owned, or any service, this is the spot you got to come, man. I got all the techs, all the parts, everything in stock, all right? And, of course, this episode brought to you by our homeboys. Joe, hit them with it.
Law Tigers.
Law Tigers, baby. Law Tigers, man. If you ever get involved in an accident, we do dumb shit out there. Things happen. People aren't looking out for us. The insurance company also ain't always looking out for your best interests. So call Law Tigers, all right? 1-800-LAW-TIGERS, all right? Hit them up before you hit up the insurance. Save yourself some hassle, all right? What's up, homeboys?
What's happening?
Caleb? What's up? What was your name?
Steve.
Did I get Caleb right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, man, because I fucking suck with names.
Me too.
All right. So at least we're on the same level then with that. All right, Caleb and Steve. I think I can remember that, man. Just came and hang out with us, man. We were just talking a little bit of how do we know each other again? Like I told Joe, like, hey Joe, like we got a studio, man. We just want to have bullshit conversations. Yeah. Some of them are going to be technical. Some of them are going to be this. Some of them are just going to be I don't know what's going to happen. It's one of them, and I don't know what's going to happen and shit, man. And so Joe invited you, and we were just kind of figuring out how our circle became. Like, how did we get connected? And it seems to me, I've overheard you guys a little bit. Cody?
Yeah.
Okay, Cody Wayne, our homeboy, which we've had here on the podcast and stuff.
Right.
So you linked up with Cody. Yeah, you guys linked up with a wild group out the gate. Right? You linked up with a good group out the gate, I guess. Right?
I like to rip, like I like to ride, and I like to ride very fast. So like that whole crew rides very fast, and I like trying to keep up with it.
I'm respecting it.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
Okay. People not shaking in the head over here. Like, he's on it.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Well, that's what you're doing, the wheelies and stuff like that.
My bike, first gear.
Yeah.
He's like 6 gear people. Through traffic. How long have you been riding then?
Kind of like on and off, like most of my life. I grew up on like dirt bikes. I'm from Alabama originally.
You couldn't tell, no? Alabama. Oh, no, I have an accent. I don't hear it, but often people do. I hear yours, dog. I hear yours, man. It's all right, though, man. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a happily married man. I celebrated 6 years of wedding bliss last night. But I would imagine. You got the traps on, dog. I see you. If you roll in here with that tank top podcast, you're not gonna try to come in here and be like, I'm Caleb, dog. Come on. Well, where I was going with that is that I don't think that hurts you in the lady category. They like that little Southern twang type shit on you, man. Especially here in Southern California, man. Let's be real. You're a transplant then.
I am.
All right. How long have you been here then?
I was stationed out here from 2017 to 2019. Then I moved to Japan for 3 years. And then moved right back out here, and I just moved back out here 2022.
So did you come back? This is, I'm guessing, government, military sort of branch division here. Up to you whether you say and all that shit. But I mean, I'm guessing that's what. So when you lived Japan, did you come here under orders? Or did you come here? I want to go back to that place.
Oh, I want to go back to here. So like, I made a special request to get orders to Southern California, specifically Orange County. So,
do that? I thought they just tell your ass where to go, man. I thought they just say, nope, you're going here.
So I was very fortunate. I did really well in my career, and I took like a whole bunch of like involuntary orders. So,
so they were kind of returning the favor, maybe?
Exactly.
So you were voluntold?
I was voluntold quite a few times. I got an I wound up having to extend to Japan, which is what they wanted me to do. So I was only supposed to be there for a year, spent 3. And they were like, okay, yeah, we get it. Cool. And I asked to come back to Orange County. They accepted me immediately. So I was like,
So how did you like Japan?
It was cool.
I heard it's pretty cool out there.
I had a bike out in Japan, which was like I had a Harley out in Japan. So that was a cool time. But like, it's just like so far away from home. It's great to vacation, great to see, great to see the sights. But living there for 3 years, and especially like I moved out. Granted, I'm kind of tainted on it because like I moved out there in December of 2019, and then 3 months later, I spent 2020, 2021 all in Japan. Just for
How was that like in the military with COVID? Like, you have to wear masks. Like,
yeah, we couldn't do anything. Like, we were super locked down, man.
Yeah.
Like, super locked down. It was a cool time, though. Like, after everything lifted, that last year, I kind of spent traveling a lot, getting to experience a lot of cool stuff.
How old are you?
I'm 27. Yeah.
You got it. You went right in then?
No, actually, I joined whenever I was like almost 20. So I was 19. I had a gig beforehand. I was a guitar tech. And I like that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to work on guitars.
Like, did you play?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I was thinking, you just like pick. I want to work on these things. Okay. All right.
Oh, like I love playing instruments, and all I really wanted to do was like kind of build guitars, fix guitars, and that was it.
What kind of music do you play? That like, what do you like? If you like going to sit down and want to play something for yourself, what are you playing?
He's from Alabama. Honky tonk donut, man.
Yeah, no, like I'm into everything. I really am. Like I know a lot of people say that, but I'm really like kind of into everything. Like everything from like kind of grew up and like naturally listened to a lot of country music. So that came pretty natural. Then like R&B stuff like that because I'm
with R&B.
yeah. I grew up like right outside of Montgomery, so like the R&B scene's like super big. So that was
Well, I got introduced to a whole nother realm of music that I like. Yeah, and I'm playing it often, and it's because of him. Was like he started hitting like we were at events, man. And what catches me for music is like if it's got a beat. If it starts making me do this, like I'm like, oh shit. Then I'll start listening to the words a little bit.
Yeah,
so it'll kind of catch my attention. And Joe started playing what he refers to, and I think it's the right term, hip hop. So it's probably like playing something like hip hop, where it's like country with rap,
little country with little rap, like Colt Ford.
I got introduced to that shit, man, and I don't know if it's a down south thing, but this Mexican from the hood, he pumping some Colt Ford. I'm cruising in my because I'm like, this shit hits. I'm like, it's shit, dog.
It's a trip because it's Colt Ford, and then it's got Paul Wall in there too.
Yeah,
that's right. And it's such a trip, man. But it just flows, and it's just, dude, everywhere we go, it honestly, like, people are like, what is that?
Yeah.
That is some good shit right there. I don't know. I call it hip hop.
I don't know. I think that's what it's called. That was good for it, you know. But, so how long you been playing guitar then? All your life?
Pretty much.
Okay. Did your parents play or anything?
No, neither of my parents are musical at all. So it's so funny because like my grandparents, like my grandmother, she played piano, but like never really. I was not close with my my distant family, but like my older sister picked up a guitar, and she picked up a guitar, and I kind of ran with it. So like she learned how to play like chords and stuff like that, and I obsess over things. Yeah, my first one was guitar.
Have a tendency, man. Men have that tendency to addiction of you know.
That's dope, man. I mean, I wouldn't say I wanted to be a musician ever, but I have always wanted to be like able to pick up like even around a campfire, just chilling in your backyard. Like it'd be dope to be able to pick up a guitar and just strum a couple songs, even. You know what I mean? Like just have the concept of it. Like I've always kind of wanted to be able to do that, but I've never like took the initiative to actually go try it or anything. My daughter's doing musician right now. She just got I forget what even. I think it's a Fender. I don't know, Fender. Fender, something like that.
So that was like kind of like my introduction into like adulthood. Was like working at the music store, and like in Montgomery, country music's super big. So I was working on like a bunch of like just your classic stuff, like classic country instruments. So like I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. I learned how to play lap steel. So like that whole like
steel guitar,
like lap steel, where you're like
you have it on your right kind of looking. I know what it is.
Steel guitar.
It's like all steel guitar. It's like a table and there's
man. Country shit, boy.
That's what my grandpa played, was a steel guitar.
I can't play it anymore. Like, I know a few things, but like, I got friends that like are real good. They dedicate like their life.
They sound bitching, dude.
Yeah.
You could tell, like, if you ever heard one, and you heard it in a song, you could tell it's a steel guitar. Like,
It's like immediate, yeah. But yeah, like I picked that up, bunch of country stuff, and then I was just kind of like going nowhere, and that joined the military, and I was like, I gotta leave Alabama. That was like my big thing.
Okay.
I gotta leave Alabama. I gotta like move on with my life, and sure enough. First, go to like boot camp, all the stuff, all my training, and I got cut orders. My first duty station, San Diego, California.
Army?
Man.
Marine Corps.
He took an Alabama country boy and then he dropped him in the.
San Diego.
Are you originally from? Where are you?
Yeah, SoCal.
You're originally from
Yeah.
SoCal. This is Steve, by the way. This Steve came to kick it with us. This is the first time we'll say cherry. We popped the cherry podcast with this one where we got a 4-person here for the first time, I think. Yeah. So welcome. You own the seal.
And what do you do?
I'm a tech at a motorcycle shop, Nippon Beach, Canyon Speed Shop. Yeah.
Canyon Speed Shop.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
What do you guys work on there? Is it mostly Harley based?
Yeah, it's all Harley. So it's
Okay.
like a lot of FXRs, Dynos, Evos.
I like FXR.
A lot of FXRs.
Are you guys? Is it? It's like a custom, like more of a custom fabrication, or is it you guys?
It's like service and repair, pretty much. Just
Okay.
people buy FXRs and they're leaking from everywhere. And we can fix it.
For those guys that don't, I'll remind them. FXR. It's an analogy. They call them fixers. It's like it's kind of like like Ford. It's found on road dead. FXR stands for fixer. You gotta be tinkering with that thing.
Yeah, a lot of people buy the bike because it looks cool and people are into them, and they don't realize like you're not going to be riding it as much as you think.
It's not necessarily a
Orange
giant.
County FXR hipsters. They're everywhere.
They're frame up builds. You know, if you get an FXR,
You gotta
you usually frame up build it.
You know.
If you want a pristine FXR, you want to ride how it used to. You're going to frame up build it.
Exactly.
It's 30, 40, 50 years old.
Down on these things, Henry.
I think they're still going
They're
up.
only going up. They're only going up.
I'm thinking about selling mine because I'm just over it too.
Yeah. What year do you have?
I have a 92 convertible, so
Nothing
and
back
it's
for it and all
leaking.
that?
No, I don't got any of the bags, none of that
So
stuff.
nothing you would know about it as a convertible anymore.
Yeah, so
Okay.
unfortunately, I wish I had it bone stock.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works now, huh? There's a homeboy here. I forgot what year his is, but he's got that 90s car. Yeah, man. There's nostalgia will like never go out. You know, back then when those were the new thing, when those FXR in '92 and that was the newest shit.
Yeah.
Then people were still nostalgizing on the shovel heads and the other.
Yeah, they weren't as
They'll
much
just
of-
kind of come in phases, you know.
Yeah.
And now the old school, not the old school stuff. Well, it's old school stuff, I guess, for us. I grew up around it and know it now, but it's amazing to me to see people way back in the day. They couldn't give you couldn't get shit for them. Nobody wanted it. The guys that had FXRs that were like, these are piles of shit. They knew they weren't the greatest. They know we weren't. Harley guys knew they weren't the greatest. And any Harley guy didn't want that damn
I was at the swap meet the other day. And whenever I ran into you at Long Beach swap meet, and this guy, like, we got to chatting about something because he was looking for parts for his FXR. He was looking for like side covers and stuff. And I was like just chatting him up. And he's like, yeah, man. Oh, back in the day, we used to get the D-issued like police cruisers. Man, we'd strip those things down with a sawzall. It's funny, man. I was like, and now that bike's worth like 17, 18 grand.
That's the bike you want now, is the police, you know.
non-hacked.
OG Defender, you know, the OG Defender.
Yeah.
Like them
It's
first thing.
it's not. I mean, shit. I guess it's been tried and true. You look at Camaros. You look at certain. You know, they go up in the kind of older they get. Not all of them. But China FXR, especially now, early model dynos. Our early model dynos, Joe, are now that FXR want as well. It's just it was
anniversary dynos, like they made now people are like, oh, I got an anniversary.
because back then people didn't give no shit about no anniversary. You know,
That's what I have in the stable, an anniversary.
You got an anniversary.
I'm trying to keep it as kind of clean as possible.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, you know, I still got I want to keep the motor with the badge.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
got a
don't,
badge on it too. Like price tag.
Yeah.
I have the only anniversary to me that matters is an 03. And that's the 100th right now.
Mhm.
I have an 08. I didn't even know if you knew.
Yeah.
My 08 is an anniversary. Like, all I did, I took the air filter and the covers and all those little badging, but it's 105. I'm like, shit, about 100. Right. Oh, shit, they make one in 2013. Why did they make one? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But to me, the anniversary bike that matters is the 03.
Yeah.
You know, hands down.
I agree.
Yeah, that is the only significant one. And that comes from a guy that has an anniversary bike. That is the only significant one in terms of anniversary bikes, man. Crazy though money now, man.
Little frame Dynas, though, like especially the DXs, are going for stupid money right now.
How much are they going for now?
Like 10.
See what I got.
10, 12.
Yeah. What does my FXD go for? I think. Oh, yeah, it's what does something like that go for now?
I mean, it depends on the shape.
It's not the greatest, but I mean,
You can probably get 10 around.
there's no way I get 10 for mine. I would fucking
Mine for 5.
I used to fucking buy them for $4,000, man. My Dyna Lowrider I bought for $4,500. My first Dyna I bought it for $4,500.
The shitty thing is like now, like stunt scene and all that stuff. All these fenders are getting cut. They're all getting cut, and they're trash after that. I mean, you're not going to find fenders anymore. Like it used to be the mags. Now it's going to be fenders soon. Like you're not going to find a fender for those things anymore. Now.
Like stunt riding and crashing the bike, it's like, where am I going to find tins?
Yeah.
Tins is such a big
inner outer primaries for those things. I mean, they're going to be obsolete soon from people cracking them and you know what I mean. Just
Harleys do not fall well. Like they.
It's 800 pounds of bike falling to the ground. You know,
expensive if you try.
Yeah. You know, that's something I did not even connect the dots to and think in terms of that. Like, because we're in the world, and I would imagine then like Colton, because Colton, homeboy of ours, was like, "Hey, I got some pins for you if you want them." He's like, "But I offered them over to Colton. He's stunter, you know, and he's got and I didn't make the connection of like, oh shit, the parts probably are scarce, and then the price, like I didn't make like all the fenders being cut. If you don't have a cage, bike goes down, pinhole in the tank, or you know, bars bang into it. You know, they're getting beat the shit up,
and that's what makes it so badass. Is like seeing a sick Harley on one wheel. It's like that's expensive if you go down. So you got to be dialed in if you start.
My old school ass mind, like in my old school dog, I'm looking at a Dyna going, oh fuck yeah, Dyna, like an early model Dyna, and my old fart mind thinks $5,000 or something. You know, I don't make. You're right. I don't make the connection that damn, homeboys up there spinning it. It's going to be a hard to find tank and a hard to find this and a hard to find that. You know, but. No, it's a good wheelie though, dog. What a good wheelie, you know.
My favorite's watching that and like seeing the crazy paint jobs on some of these bikes, like crazy paint jobs. Like, bro, you got like $5,000 in paint on that bitch.
I honestly like that cheap paint job though. Like the crazy paint jobs were cool when I first got into riding, but now like I see like an original paint, I'm like, that's it.
And don't you see it kind of coming back?
It is,
the original, the simple clean, chrome, simple clean chrome come back. It's all coming back,
dude. I hate all your jerks out there, man. I hate shit.
So do I. And you know what? We've talked about it. Like if we could go back some podcasts, like last year, the year before, you will find that me and him are sitting there and saying, like, I have chrome. He has a bike that's chrome. And we've talked about it, and I'm like, it's going to come back. You see it. And now,
we've said that.
2025, it's fucking, dude. And now you're seeing mags getting chrome. All this shit.
Like, granted,
I was going to chrome my mags. Dude, I don't even want to chrome them now.
You get it sent to like Mexico or some shit.
That's where you got to take it.
You know what I mean?
They do the good chrome. Well, that's where you get the good chrome was in Mexico.
Yeah.
You don't get good chrome out
They
there.
don't have regulations.
Exactly. Yeah, I will say your shop, the chrome work I keep seeing, like that comes out, like every time I see it is, it's like perfect. Like they did this one, Dyna Lowrider S. What was it, 16, 17, something like that. and like from the mags on it, like did like changed everything from black, like all the black and brown to like chrome.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Even like blacked out with just chrome wheels pops.
Yeah.
No, it's coming back. It's coming. I mean, you can see it on the. You see it on the new Harleys now too, bringing it back.
No. I love chrome. Yeah. What I hate is that I know, and I'll find people out there as we go through this new phase of chrome is the best shit in the world thing. I hate cleaning chrome. Chrome is, if you own chrome, you better be ready. It's worse than paint. Okay, especially living around here in Southern California, there's salt in the air all the time, so there's shit on that stuff. But there's so many people. I'm gonna see people that were talking shit about chrome, that said all this shit, that fuck chrome. It's all about blacking. There are so many people that did all that to their bike. And because now chrome, I'm going to watch them fucking go back to chrome or fucking get chrome. All that shit. I hate this industry. I'm just
like a lot of the guys that just start getting into it. They're like, yeah, I just want to black out everything. And dudes that have been in it for a while, they're like, no, I want the chrome. I want the original paint.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the new guys, they come and they just want to black everything out.
I love East Coast and bike. I really do. Because they always make them just. There's nothing crazy, but they make them clean, like OG paint. You know what I mean? With Purple Tiger, bro, it's immaculate. You know, their Dynas are it's just original and clean, bro.
Yeah,
I like it. The flashiness is cool, like you said, but it's, well, when you see something just original and simple, clean, man, it's like, man, that looks good. It looks good, not too. It's never too much. You know what I mean? It just looks good.
Paulie had that Dyna. Whenever he had it with the purple tins, that was literally like, I was like, yo, I'm gonna make this hoe purple.
That's one of my favorite color Dynas is the Concord Purple. Concord
original.
Is one of my favorite Dynas ever made, man. No lie.
Listen, I know there's a lot of new people in this that come into this, and I like to see that. I like to see, because there's got to be another generation behind my old fart ass. That's you. Okay, you're next generation. How old are you?
I'm 33.
Okay, so you're right in between us old fucks. We're old fucks now. We're old farts in this industry. And you got new guys, and, been in for a minute type shit, and that's what you want to kind of see. You got to, you got pay attention. It's not always about flashy paint and all this stuff. I know it gets the oohs and the ahs, and it gets you all the likes, and it gets you all the attention. I know it does that. I get it. Everyone wants to be like, yeah, that's my fucking bike. But I'll tell you, the deeper you get into this, you will go and appreciate a Harley in its stock form with the right upgrades. With the right upgrades in the right places, with the right amount of contrast, you will then step back and go, fucking that bike hits hard.
Yeah, that's where I feel with my bike right now. Like, I feel like I did just enough on it. Just enough. Just enough. Like OEM plus. Plus.
Yeah. Nobody's going to see that in a 2025 bike right now.
Yeah.
The reason that it hits right now, 25 years later on these early model Dynas and these FXRs, is because it is 25, 30 years later, and you're going like, oh, that's what the shit would look at then, look at now, and you'll take these bikes, 25s and 2020, 50, whatever they got then, and you'll step back and go, damn, that CVO paint that they had, or whatever paint, scheme that they had, you're going to go, damn, that was good engineering, because it's going to be a totally different, or maybe not good engineering.
I'll get electric by then.
Oh shit! You ain't jumping, man.
It's coming, dude.
But that is important, and it's good to hear along full circle. It's good to hear that guys like younger age, newer generation, that's what you are recognizing that shit can look hard. That shit can still look like, damn, without the Taco Bell paint job, without the crazy over the top shit. There is a category, and there is a time and a place and a need for that. There's show bikes, and there is a place for that in this world.
Yeah.
But from just like riding, I guess just appreciating the fucking motorcycle, it's from that lens and from that point of view right there, man. And when you do that, This shit in a different
what's
light.
funny though? My clapped out Dyna dude that leaks oil, it sits right next to that beautiful $100,000 bike at the bike show. Cause I just enter mine anyway. So I was fucking shaking, and I don't give two shits. But hey, you better believe you get a couple old timers, yeah. I'm like, and I get excited, I'm like, oh, look at that guy looking at my bike. Yeah, ain't nobody else looking at it. They'll walk right by it,
It's funny.
I don't care. Like, I park it right next to your $100,000 bike. Yeah, it's sitting right there. It's drinking oil. That's marking territory.
You 100% shit. Last year, Scottsdale Harley-Davidson.
Yeah, I was front and center.
Yeah, signed up first, and he's like, "What category are you going in?" Clapper category.
They weren't giving a clapper category. I just made it up.
But he was parked right next to, like, in between, like $200,000 motorcycles, dude, right in between them. But we had a good bird's eye point of view from where we were, and you could see the people go through that know what they're looking at. They're starting to look at it in the light that we're talking about it. And they're not like going like, no, this is the baddest bike ever.
Yeah.
They're just stopping and going, this is the right
Yeah, my bike's pulled up and parked. Everyone else is wiping theirs down. Yeah. Mine's just sitting there.
You actually rode it.
Yeah, I rode it there, right? It's all, man.
I got a 03 FXD. That's my stunt piece.
Okay.
It's an anniversary stunt piece.
What blue? I like that.
Yeah. And it's grown on me. At first, I didn't really like the blue, but now I dig it.
Yeah, I like the blue. I actually like all three of them, but I do like the blue.
Wait a minute. There's the blue, and then the silver one.
The silver one. Yeah, there's a, I think there's even a white. There's a limited white one as
Some
well.
of them are super rare.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've
The red one looks sick. Nino's bike.
Yeah, I have seen a white one, though.
Yeah. They do have a red one as well. You are correct.
Yeah.
So it's like solid red, huh?
Solid red.
Yeah.
Black is the most infamous, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's the money. So you have an 03 you're stunting with?
Yep.
Oh, and what's the other one?
And I have an ST that I'm riding right now.
Oh, what year is that?
2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you have?
I got a 22 Lowrider S.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got the counterpart.
Yeah. And I like the new bike for a bunch of miles. I mean, it's a great bike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they go to FXRs or Dynas, and I'm like, dude, just go buy a new bike. You can ride, Like, it's not worth about harder. You know what I mean?
It's an important aspect when you own an early model Dyna.
Like, dude, just buy, like, a new standard. You can get a standard for, like, what, $13K brand new? Like, it's a good bike.
I've never ridden, like, the Dyna.
Yeah.
Me and him went to American Suspension and rode one of the soft tails. And oh my god, dude, I got on that thing. It's like this thing it's like the shark painted it.
Yeah.
And I just sat on that thing and just was like, poof, poof, and I was like, dude, this thing is rush, dude. Like Dynas are just like and that thing would just suck in it. I was like, dude, you could just barrel this thing into a corner, man, and just rip. I was jumping off curbs and shit,
I will say this, though, the FXR is the best bike I've ever ridden in terms of twisties. Like, it just holds the rail. It's a solid bike if it's running good.
And setup is running.
Yeah. It's going to cost you.
Yeah,
that's good advice. I mean, not everyone can have two bikes, but if you're going to get into the Harley world, your first early model dyno is not going to give you the giant reliability. And it's a 20.
It's not going to give you the comfort either if you haven't been riding it.
An early model one and then a new.
Yeah. So my stunt bike, my stunt bike is a stunt bike. It's not meant for mile munching. It's not set up for anything like that. Like, it's strictly a stunt bike.
Trunk chain, all that.
Well, I got a belt still.
Okay.
That's until it snaps or
Belts for
Yeah, I know.
Oh fuck! I like my belt on my bike, man.
Maintenance, right?
Belts for pants, bro. Save the motorcycles, bro.
Listen, I'm not up with the maintenance and the maintaining and the waxing and the cleaning and then the changing of the sprockets. I'll let that belt will get me 100,000 miles. Yeah, before I got to touch the damn thing, man.
But every time you have to take off your primary to get to that.
Yeah, I know. There is that advantage. There's pros and its cons.
Right. I think, like you said, though, don't you snap it and then go to a chain ride.
Yeah,
because that's when you're going to get in there. You know what I mean?
Like, I'm able to do all my tricks.
See, cool. I'll ask you guys this question. I'll pose this question because I've had this thought about chain drive on mine. the touring bike, right? And I don't know how familiar you guys are with the touring bike. Push drive. So I've always kind of like, I'm like, wait a minute. Keep the belt. Mine is a cush drive, and every fucking touring bike is a cush drive unless you change out some wheel that has a direct drive.
You just get the stiffer cush drive. You can still chain drive it.
But my theory is, well, you can snap it as hard as you want over here, but the cush drive is still softening the blow, even if you're putting good bushings in it afterwards. So my thought has always been like, okay, I know you're going to get more bite right from chain, but you're still at the end result is a cush drive that is supporting somewhat of a
it's relieving impact.
Yeah. Versus you bolt it up to a dyno wheel, that is direct fucking just you're putting all that torque on the bolts, on the sprocket, on the chain. That is instant power. Yeah. So that's been my theory. Another reason why I'm like, do I even really need a chain drive on my header that has push? I don't know. That's me. Not fucking me.
Well, who do you guys ride with down there? Stunt guys and any stunt guys down there that you guys ride with?
Yeah, I mean, the stunt community is there's so much camaraderie. Like everybody kind of knows each other. You know, I have friends in Phoenix and all over the place. So it's just. Yeah, I'm friends with like a lot of people.
Nice.
Yeah. It's not like one guy, right? I separate myself,
Yeah, because we know a few people down that way and different places as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think also too, because some people like I ride by myself. Really do my stuff. I'm not a stunt guy. I fucking wish I could. It looks cool as fuck. All I really want to be able to learn how to do is like some fucking donuts and some like power sliding.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
That's what I don't have an interest in wheeling anymore. Yeah. Just a burp, but that's it. And I have zero interest in trying to like throw my hand back, scrape anything. I have zero interest in that, but I fucking look at that donuts and power slide and I'm like, that looks fucking fun.
Yeah, I was telling Caleb, I think guys that rip the twisties are just as gnarly. Because like
I would agree.
The straight line guy, like, I've had like a really close call on a twisty where like I blew a turn, hit the guardrail, bounced into oncoming traffic and pulled it, luckily. But it's always just scared me, like the twisties and just moving the bike over. And so riding with him and some of these fast guys, I'm just like, my heart's racing the whole time. I'd much rather go to the lot, pop some wheelies, bike, and with 6 gear on it, thread the needle, and I'm just like, that is so gnarly.
Yeah.
Wheels are way gnarlier.
I'll get up from my wheelie doing 15, 20 miles an hour. Doing 85.
Twisties, I think I have a lot of respect for guys that rip the twisties. It's like a different breed of human.
I think it's gnarly. I think it's two sides of the same coin, man. Yeah. Like, I really do. Like, one's more on the stunt side, like, hey, I wanted to deliberately do this. The other one's chasing an adrenaline rush. It's the same coin.
Yeah. I think that is respect, because I don't think as a what I would deem where I feel I am better in riding, it would be that. Yeah, it would be the canyon riding. And my advantage is look where I live. It's everywhere around me, and it's all I've ever ridden. And so I have that much experience in them. But I think oftentimes, at least from my perspective, being that rider, that type of rider, it doesn't get the amount of respect that it does in terms of like, because a wheelie guy, boy, fucking, I'm like fucking elephant-sized balls. I'm like, you got him hanging right now, dog. But nobody sees the camera. I mean, they do, 360 cameras and that stuff.
Because a wheelie, you take a photo of a wheelie, you're like, damn, that's a wheelie.
Yeah.
The guy just like kind of leaned over on the street like that. You're like, it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't know how fast he's going or anything like that.
Media, stunt riding really shows in media.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but it is an adrenaline rush, and it is like where I feel like my wheelhouse is, or I'm like, hey, if you want, okay, you're questioning my riding ability. Let's go do this, and let's see what you think about my riding abilities.
Strong suit. That happens to be my strong suit. Yeah, like, I grew up ripping down country roads like late as fucking night. You know, like 10, 11 o'clock, like trying to run from the cops, like It's a dumb kid.
I've said it in the past, man. It is riding that way, and you can probably get you. That is the time where you need to be focused.
Oh, dude!
That is where you can kind of zone out and just go. What am I doing? Well, I'm riding. Like I'm riding, and I'm gonna I gotta pay attention to this line. What's coming up? Where's my RPM? What gear am I in? So I know when to come out of this turn.
What's in the road?
You are literally like
in a zone for sure.
Like if you're gonna ride that way, like I will say, as a person that does, Joe and I go hit these canyons. We hit them with Cody. I've never ridden with you, but I know how Cody rides. I know how our friends ride. When we all get in there,
back just chilling.
Yeah,
that's kind of. I still do that now too. I will rip a little bit, but man, these guys got these baggers and stuff now. Dude, their bikes sit. My bike is just. It does not handle like theirs. So when I'm getting into the corners, I'm like. It just gets to a point where I'm like, nah, I'm not. Their bikes
and I just see them like
faster than mine.
Pulling on me. Am I gonna really try and chase that? I'm like, no, I'm just gonna stay at my.
Well, you start chasing, you put yourself in a mess, man.
Yeah, you start drifting and turn a little bit.
Yep.
Just like everybody says, like ride your own ride.
Yeah,
ride your own ride.
Yeah.
Don't try to keep up with me. Don't try to be superhero.
Yeah.
Ride your own ride.
He said it best, man. Yeah, because he knows days that you can't do that. You can't be. You're in a mode. You're in a funk. You drink all night long. You something where you can't be laser focused, and that is why I'm just putting my 2 cents on the table in terms of that. There are days that I feel like I can be laser focused, and I can I'm Superman right now, boy. I see 4 lines ahead of me. I'm going on with this shit, and there are days where I'm like. Fuck, I kind of dipped a little bit further on that turn than I normally feel like I would. And you got to listen to the little dude. But when you go out there, if you do ride, whether it's with us or your friends are going to start riding aggressive like that in canyons, then just focus. Stay focused. That's not the time for you to be thinking about you got to get back home to fucking get to your wife because she's pissed. That's not the time to be thinking about that. You, like in those moments, you're going to ride that hard. There's a lot of risk at it, man. If you can't focus on that shit at that moment, then just ride to what you can fucking focus with, you know? So that's my advice, man, because other people just fucking...
It's good advice.
Something from somebody who's like, dog, this guy wheelies, and I'm like over here like, holy shit, right? But he's on the other end of it saying it. I think that puts it in perspective. Everybody looks at you and goes, well, you're about to kill yourself.
You're going, fuck, you're about to kill yourself.
It's just crazy.
Caleb, do you feel like you're getting faster and faster the more you ride, or do you think you're at like your peak? Like,
no, there's always you can't push faster.
So that's weird because, like, I feel like, especially like after y'all just did the suspension for me, dude. Like,
what you have?
I just stock. I was running stock.
You're trying to run with Cody and these guys with just
Harley suspension.
And I did for a while, and then I just put in. I just put GPs front and rear on the thing. And
game changer.
Yeah, so you're going faster now.
Yeah.
So bike setup.
So now you're saying he needs brakes installed because brakes because you need to slow down too.
He's gonna be pissed if she hears this, but I'm ordering Brembos.
Yeah, we'll bleep that out.
Hey, I have a saying. Better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission, man.
Hey, we're going to be fine. This isn't going to air for like 2 weeks. Dude.
I'm not going to end
it. Yeah, that's like what you were saying is like some guys riding levels down here, but their bikes up here. Some guys their levels up here and their bikes down here. So it's learning to like match parts with your riding.
Exactly.
Instead of just balling out and having a trick bike, it's a performance bike.
Right.
Your level's down here.
Yeah. And I'll like explain what I said because like that was like I feel like that's like one of the things I've learned because I got like when I first started riding naturally, I was like buying an R6. You know, like, I was like, I'm buying a sport bike immediately. So I did that whole sport bike thing for a little while, and it was cool, but like
not as cool as a Harley.
Yeah, the bike's ability was up here. My ability was way down here.
Yep.
like, yes, I grew up hitting country roads, everything like that. I'm used to it, but my ability wasn't quite where the bike was, you know? And then I finally got rid of that bike. I bought my first Harley. Whenever I bought my first Harley, I had an old Dyna. It was a really model Dyna.
Wish you still had it, probably.
Yeah. It was Concord purple.
Did you know nothing? Or like,
It's not clear.
That's a rare bike, man.
Homeboys that was leaving the unit. So he was leaving, moving back home. Then he was like, "Hey man, I'll sell you this bike, couple $1,000. You know, I'm like, whatever. Got it off him. Didn't think anything about it. And then shortly after that, I got married.
That was the end of that bike.
Yeah. As you can tell, I sold it. I made a little bit of money off it. I think I wound up selling it for like, I sold it for like $5,500, you know. And it's like 2017. They were still making Dynas at the time.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. They're not making them anymore.
Yeah.
It was 17 was the last year, I think. 17. Yeah.
And then, about 8-9 years later, that bike's like tripled in price.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That is a good point that you make with riding ability.
Yeah, he kind of explained it to me.
Yeah.
It made so much sense.
And it's like, if you have like a lot of capability and you're learning as your bike is progressing, then you're going to be safe. But if you have a gnarly ass bike, like right off the rip, and your riding ability is some ass, you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that, man. I've said it about I used my Legend suspension as a reference. People will talk shit about the Legends. It's a marketing thing. They're not the greatest. They're not this. They're not that. Right. But I had them and ran. I mean, when I bought them, my riding ability had not yet peaked to what it was doing for me.
Yeah.
Like, I was riding hard and I was riding like, aggressive.
Yeah.
But I never felt like, now I feel like I'm being shorted, or I feel like I don't have enough there.
Yeah.
I changed because I wanted to feel something different. And then I'm like, okay, well, if I have more adjustability, how does that change my riding shit? Because I got to a point of it with that sort of level.
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot of the cases with a lot of people. You get parts or you buy parts thinking that it's going to make you a better rider.
Yeah.
And it's just really never going to make you a better rider. It's going to give you the ability to ride the bike to a degree
Exactly.
of that you need to be able to take it to.
Yeah.
I see that all the time, especially in like just Orange County, Long Beach, LA. Like, I see it all the time. People like absolutely just spending so much money on these performance bikes and everything like that, but they get it right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so serious. Like,
you're gonna kill yourself if you're trying to. There's two categories in that. You're gonna kill yourself if you're trying to ride the bike that you can't handle, and you're gonna hurt yourself, or you're just building it because you're the Dynabro and you want to build it. You want to build it to be cool and have the
Harley's a cruiser, right? So you're supposed to cruise on it, but with these performance parts, you can get looking on them, and handle the road and the speed. So
sure, especially with the new Softails, man.
Yeah.
Like, especially with the new Softails, that's like the most comfortable I feel in corners out of any bike I think I've ever had.
Once they changed that swing arm and suspension for the rear for the Softail, the old Softail suspension is trash.
So bad.
But the new stuff with the swing arm and the mounting points and everything now, it's like a dirt bike, street bike. You could tell it's plush, man.
I got mine tall. I got a 14-inch in the rear, and I got 2 overs in the front. And it's
dirt bike jacked up there.
Yeah, it's super tall.
If you're gonna go riding them like aggressively, you want to take them into some sweepers or some tight turns. They have to be, man. Like there's no other way around it. A Harley's kind of a cruiser, low center of gravity type shit, man.
Where were we up in? Where did we go? Where did we go camping?
Lone Pine.
Whatever it was, but we were off road, dude, driving down like dirt roads. Yeah. I'm looking to the right. I'm like, you think I can make it up that hill right there? I'm pretty sandy. I'm like, I can do it. I'm like walking up here, and it was actually sand. I'm like, nah, I probably can't. I'm not going to. Well, we're off road, man. It was pretty cool, man. You know.
We should have done that in Ocotillo Wells. That was a
Just
bad
off
time.
running.
Yeah, I mean, we went last weekend. We rolled out from San Clemente
Yeah.
like early that morning, and then rolled from there like down to Ocotillo. Or we first hit like off the 76, hit Josie's hideout.
Raining, by the way.
Yeah, it was raining. It was,
Soaking wet.
yeah. And then I went from there out to Ocotillo Wells, and that was a cool time. Like, I had never been like that far out.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
On that note, Joe said you've done. I got your family in that sense. You've done a 1K.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a 1K? No.
No.
No, got no interest. Fuck that shit.
I might be down. If there was like a bunch of cement heads and we're doing it, I'll do it. But if there's just like, dudes, we'll just ride until we're tired, I'll be like, well, no, we gotta like.
You have to have kind of like a route. You have to have kind of a route
doing it?
to go.
Let's do it.
Well, that's how I've done every.
Yeah.
I've done 3 or 4 of them, but I've done them where I'm like, okay, this is my route, and I'm back home in my bed.
Yeah.
Same day shit.
Yeah, that was
fuck that shit. I'm not trying to go there, sleep somewhere else, and fuck that shit. I'm doing it. Let's make a big round loop.
Yeah, 1,000 miles straight. That's crazy.
So you've done one
Yes.
intentionally, or like?
No, it was completely intentionally. About the middle of last year, we were like, me and a couple of my buddies, one of my friends owns a barbershop, and like I met them because like I was on recruiting duty, and he happened to have a barbershop in my area. Got to go get a haircut every week, so like, I go kick it with the homeboys, and I noticed he had a Dyna. I got chatting with him, like, dude, what's up, man? Like, we chatting about bikes and stuff like that. And then the other guy, he also had a bike. We started riding together a lot. Became some of my best friends, right?
Oh.
But yeah, sure enough, I would hang out with these guys all the time, and we were like, yo, let's go for a ride. So like, let's do a ride. They're like 1K in a day. Let's do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's do it. I didn't think anything about it. And it was me on my Softail, one of the homeboys on a road glide, another one of the homeboys on a road glide, and then my buddy on his Dyna. So the narrow bikes, we were hurting.
I imagine.
We were hurting. Yeah. Like real bad. And especially like all I got's like a little T-Sport fairing. It was like,
Not much wind protection there.
There's not much going on there.
No.
So where did you go? Where'd you start?
So we started in Los Alamitos, like right outside of Seal Beach, and then rolled from there all the way to Ukiah and back, and then went up through Santa Barbara, took some like twisties through Santa Barbara, and then like out from there, rolled all the way down the 101 over the Golden Gate, and then into Ukiah, then turned around there and just mashed down 5. Yeah, mashed down
Boring ass 5. That's all you do on the 5. You just fucking pin it and just look straight ahead. You don't do anything else on the 5.
We were all in the same position, and it was
so boring.
Right. Trying to get down in LA.
Until you get over the grapevine, then it's like finally something.
And then, like, it was crazy because one of my buddies on the road glide, he did it 2 up with a passenger. And I was like, that's wild. Yeah.
My wife would not have that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This lady was down with it. I was like, cool. More power to you.
So how long did yours take? You remember?
I think we hit 1,000 in like 22 hours. We were kind of slow rolling it.
How many were there of you?
It was 4 of us.
Do you guys have comms or?
No.
Wow.
That'd be a long ride.
Yeah.
Long ride.
You need your own music and your own vibe inside of your head for not many stinking hours. You know? Well, what'd you take from it? I mean, what was your... All right, do it again. Fuck that shit. Did it once, never did. What?
I'll probably do it again, but it's a good metric for whenever I plan these longer trips because I like doing longer trips like that. I just know that now, like about 500-600, that's about the point where I want to stop for the day.
Yeah.
That's usually about it.
It's a lot of money.
400 to 600.
Yeah.
Depending on how tired you are from the day before or whatever, but 400 to 600 is usually a pretty solid day. Man.
Yeah. And I had a worn out saddle in for that trip too. I think I had like 30,000 miles on this one seat, and it was just like hard as a brick. I was so like, I got back and my back was like all twisted up and everything. Like I already have back issues. And, like
if you're gonna do 1,000 miles, you better have a comfortable seat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no shit, man. I haven't done one.
Yeah. Well, we can't take Joe yet because he gets 70 miles to the whole tank. So we're not interested in doing one with him. Just
I make it to like Solving. I need gas. If we're going that way, I get to like what, maybe right past Burbank, Glen.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, I need some gas.
Yeah.
So, or no, I made it to Anaheim from here.
That's
Right when I got off at Anaheim for vertical cycles, that's where I was.
Yeah.
I was on reserve for about 5 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, we live like a little bit south of there. I'm living in Irvine, so I'm like not too far.
Okay. Oh, you guys are right next to Warren Free and all that. Thing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. Like,
You guys are right next to
you
it.
like Orange County? I do, but like, yeah, it's
congested.
It's congested. That's a good word for it.
Especially like stunt riding. Like I have to go like truck my bike an hour away to ride.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's hot there. Yeah, you can't just rip wheelies and think the cops aren't going to come. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they're on it like with that shit over there.
Super on it.
Really?
So
They don't want that shit in there. They don't.
That's why
they
a
don't
lot of
think
guys
it's
like
good.
fall off. They're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too much work.
yeah.
Truck my bike. Now I
I do notice that a lot of people are trailering their bikes places now to
Yeah.
certain lots and stuff now, man.
It's just easy, and especially if something breaks on your bike, you don't want to be an hour away and then have to figure out how to get truck home. So
For
just
sure.
load your shit.
Oh, it's also, I think it's become a sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's more than it's past the point of like just like dudes
Yeah,
either whatever you define them as you want, being hooligans or this or fucking
Yeah.
whatever,
No, that's
or just having a good time.
there's technique and stuff.
Yeah, but it's a
Yeah.
sport. It's
Yeah.
definitely tipped its
Yeah,
toe. I
there's
see it
contests.
coming with X Games. Dude.
Yeah, there's
Like
all
X Games, I think we'll have this someday.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to hit somewhere. It's just going to take that one person to actually probably reach out and go, let me do this at X Games.
Shit, let me reach out to
Drifter.
Seriously.
Yeah, we got a homeboy a local homeboy, Brendan Baptista, that is
Yeah.
highly involved in that, actually.
Actually, a couple of the homies are now. Nate, he rides the Blue Dyna.
Yeah.
Nate, okay.
Yeah. And Diaz and those guys. Those are some of the homies too, and I know they're getting involved. And Nate's actually fucking killing us right
It's
now,
a
dude.
platform for stunt riders to have like tangible evidence of their riding. So
Yeah.
you can go to your sponsor and be like, "Hey, I'm placing,
Yeah.
rank, this." Instead of just like freestyle stunt riding, where it's like, well, I don't know if I'm going to sponsor this guy. Like, what's his metrics? Right?
Yeah.
Like the drifter cross is like, okay, it's tangible. Like you're competing and you're placing. So it's kind of cool, I think, for sponsors.
Yeah, it's really
You
cool.
go that route.
Yeah.
Well, I like it. I like the sport, man. I like it 'cause it's just opening up stuff for
Yeah.
people to do, and bell brawl, and
Yeah.
they get vertical games, and
Yeah.
cruising doing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, it's all good for the community and the sport. You know what I mean? It's bringing in that generation that we need to bring in, or we're going to lose everything. Like Ray was saying earlier, we have.
It's
to
like
have that-
skateboarding. How
Yeah.
skateboarding used to be outlawed everywhere and all this shit, and then
Yep.
you couldn't do it anywhere. Then they started maybe building skate park, but it made it to a level, and that's what I see with the stunt stuff happening. The skateboarding made it to a level where it's even on an Olympic sport. Now actually,
Yeah.
but I mean, when it hit X Games, they were like, "Oh shit, skateboarding is like you can be out there to do like that shit and be something
Yeah.
because it's on that high of a platform now."
Yeah.
The drifter cross, bagger racing, that's obviously a good
Yeah.
example too.
Bagger racing.
Between all
Cool.
in our world, we know it's a big. We recognize this as a big thing, but it's still spreading, and that's what drifter cross and all these kind of stunt things are starting to do for it. It's making it become a sport
Yeah.
and looked at just in a different light. I've always recognized, stunt riders. I know riding. I know what it takes to.
Yeah.
You can say the term like clutch up. I know what it takes to do
Yeah.
something like that to be able to, So when I see Crucy, I see somebody like you, I see Brennan, I see killing all these homeboys out there doing this shit. I'm beyond just all like, holy crap, he's sitting back on one arm, like 12 o'clock. I geek out on all the technique and all the shit that it takes just to I'm like, fuck, man, that guy's like, put on the brake, looked, waiting, fucking pulling the chicken fucking wing. He's like, he's out there.
It's cool too because it's opening up dreams for people. You know what I mean? Maybe the dude was a dirt bike racer or rode whatever, and now he just kind of, it's always his love and passion, and he's doing it. And now it opens up a door for him to make money off of it or something. Too. You know what I mean? Which is cool. It opens up stuff like that.
And Bagger League now and stuff, right? It's like there's just a huge platform for what.
Yeah, where's it going to go? Where's it going to go next?
I'm super excited for the hooligan race class and like the Bagger Racing League and League of the Baggers.
Oh yeah,
it's the small bikes, like the
racing,
dude. Right, like. I'm not fast enough.
Well, you should take it out to like where you test that is a track day.
Yeah,
take it out to a track day and
keep it out to one.
And track days are like not on. You don't necessarily have to do it on a day that's where hustle and bustle is happening.
Yeah,
because you can take it out there on any day, and I think it's pretty simple to put it on the track. Like all you gotta do is like tape up the fucking lights, and then you need a full leather suit, and they let you go when they have you get out there.
Full leather suit, boots, and gauntlet gloves.
Yeah,
the gauntlets have to go over your race suit,
and your lights just have to be taped up. I think that's about it, man.
Yep. Yeah. No, I would love that. Love watching the hooligan class. That is my favorite by far because it's everything from you can run a Dyna FXR. Sportster frame all the way out to a Pan America Nightster, anything.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
I think that's what the Duke Cafe Customs was here. Holds one of the motors for one of those hooligan bikes.
Yeah, shit. That's such a sick series.
You Seika then this year?
I'm down. I'm so
go this year, Joe? Yeah. I didn't get to go last year. I went the year before.
I went to the last Bagger Racing League at Willow Spring. That was fun.
Yeah. Those pretty dope experience.
They're all nasty. Bro. I mean, they're going into the corner down that straight. When you see it, dude, they're locking up the back tire and it's just shaking, dude. And like this. And then they just go, you can't just lay it in. Dude, I'm just holy, dude, my nuts would be in my throat, dude. You know what I mean? Holy shit, dude. They have no fear, bro.
That's what I feel like falling.
Good.
The same way you just described that feeling, when I'm behind him, he just starts taking them.
Yeah, and it's dude, they're just wobbling out, dude, and then they just throw the bike and just dive, dude. I'm just oh, what? I would have just went straight through that. Yep. I would have went straight through it. Nope.
Dude, that's why, Laguna Seca, have you been? Have you had the privilege of going?
Yeah,
there, man, and you can go see the corkscrew. It's one thing to see it on TV, but when you see
dude, there's steam.
How much it drops, and it's actually you come off of a left and then immediately bank right, and it is on a straight. I mean, it is on a downhill, boy.
It's brutal.
When you watch it, and then you go, dude, my balls sink into dude, because I'm dude, you feel like one of my friends, Nicholas, he was racing the hooligan class the last time I was up there, and he was describing one of the turn number one. Yeah, from the backstretch, and I'm as he was describing the story, I'm my balls were in my throat. I'm holy! I was listening to him, and I'm gonna try and do him justice because he said you come off of that back straightaway, and it's the only part of the track where it's straight, and you can just open that son of a bitch up, lock it down. And it's coming up to an uphill. He said, he's you're just full pin, but it's coming up to an uphill that has just a small left, and he's dude, you're just coming up that thing and you don't see the other side of the road, and you just feel like you're just gonna launch that thing to the abyss, and you just gotta trust that it's just gonna go what, and then just dip it down and dude, I'm dude, I feel I'm about to. He's all, no, that's that. You gotta just. I'm I can only imagine on the corkscrew side of it where it just.
Draw. He's right. I mean, because I took my bagger to the Chuckwalla for a race day. Tony Shreds was doing it. It just started, dude. They just started. I think it was the hooligan bagger race. I don't even know if it was bagger racing.
Yeah.
But it was just getting started. Man, I went out there. I took my bagger, dude, and I remember going and same thing, like you said, these off camber turns, man. They're just you kind of come up this hill, and then like it's off camber and angled, and if you're going down, and you think you could do it, man, and it's a trip, dude. If you're not at the right angles and the right apex or anything, like, dude, you're shooting wide, you're locking up the brakes.
I love that.
I grabbed third gear down the straight at Chuck Waller, man, chasing my cousin down, and I pulled third gear, which normally I was holding second, and I could rev it through, and then just well, I clicked third trying to catch my cousin.
Yeah.
It was the wrong move because when I got to the turn and didn't have my engine, dude, I thought I was going into the dirt. I'm locked up, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to make this. Like, I'm going into the dirt. And I remember I was like 5 feet from the dirt, man. And I was getting ready to just go straight because it was just kind of desert.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. And I got about 5 feet, and I finally got the bike to where I could control it. I just like threw it down, but it was like, at that moment, I was like, wow. And I was like, I think I did one more real cold and slow, and like I pulled it off for lunch, dude. Like I was like, all right, like, because it scares the shit out of you, man. You literally have no control over the bike, and that's what I'm saying. I'm watching these pros do it, and he's going twice the speed I was. You know what I mean? Just shaking, and then just. I was like.
Yeah,
you know, like, damn, bro, it's crazy.
We'll have close calls, and you got to brush it off and keep going. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, even coming up here, I got almost pinched between two cars, hard brake, and then get around it. But I was just like, dude, that could have been so bad. Like,
and you got to get your mind out of it. You got to
forget it, and
that's track riding, man. Yeah, track riding's a different beast, man. But Laguna Seca, I think it's June or July. I think it's July. And they have more than just the bagger racing that's happening up there. Have a bunch of other classes that are happening over the weekend. But if you like that stuff, man,
dude, the sidecars are a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
the sidecars are a blast, dude. Those guys are hanging on things. Those guys are nuts.
Have y'all ever been to the flat track speedway in Costa Mesa?
No, I've always wanted to go to that.
Really nice.
That's literally.
Yeah, I want to go to that, and that's a lot of fun.
5 minutes from where I live, dude.
Is that once a month? What is that?
Yeah, it's once a month. I think they start.
You've been out there one of these times.
Like, we could pull our really up. I think and race.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Like you
can dine out. Yeah. I put the dine out there.
It's so much fun. Like it's a cool night, but watching those fools come around the corner, especially in the sidecars. To the side, man. Like, you're the guys in the sidecars for me, man.
They got some balls there. Giant ones.
But
there's a lot of trust, man.
They have the ones that are on the track, and those guys, like some pro ones, there's two dudes that are hanging, and their chin, they're hanging this far around. They're like, right hand turn.
It's a
something has his chicken me.
I'm talking like rush. The sidecar guys trust in the rider, but the riders trust in the sidecar probably more. You know what I mean? Because he's barreling in. Like, you better lean over. If you don't, we're going.
That's a certain technique, I'd imagine, because you need probably the right guy at the right weight to counterbalance that. Yeah. Pushing in the right spot,
that's it's pretty gnarly, man.
Fuck that shit.
Pretty sketchy, man.
That shit.
Yeah.
I'll take my own chances. Fuck yeah. Those guys get fucking crazy.
What about Arizona? Let's do it. All right, I'd like to do that. We should do a little ride out there.
The next one is.
Absolutely. Yeah. Which one are we going to? Okay. It's that one. If they do it, like you said, Harley Nights or something like that, it's a lot of fun. I've always out there.
So much fun. Harley Nights are crazy, man. There'll be the entire parking lot will be like nothing but Harleys, and it's at the Costa Mesa Fairgrounds, so like it's a cool time. Yeah, that's a cool week.
You guys going to AZ?
Probably not.
No.
I think I'm going to Japan that weekend, so yeah, I'm gonna be out of town.
Nice.
Work? No, on vacation.
Really?
Yeah. I mentioned it. I was like, hey, babe, we should go to Japan sometime. And she was like, yeah, cool. I'm like,
the dollar goes farther. The dollar goes farther.
Yeah. Yeah, that is nice though, because like one American dollar is like worth 150 yen, which is like a lot more. So it's pretty good.
I'm going to Korea.
Oh, I'm sick.
In a week.
Oh no shit. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I have zero idea.
It's awesome.
I know not north. I know not there. Yeah, I don't know. Is that the currency over there? It's a different currency.
Yeah, different currency.
Do I need to, like, in today's world? Because I was going to ask my brother. I'm going over there because my brother's getting married.
Yes.
And her family's over there. So, anyways, in today's world with digital, do I need currency from there? Still need to?
Yes.
Okay, so I
a lot of Asian countries are still cash-based.
Thought I could still just
have to pay.
I was going to do digital now, you know.
With that, you can still use ATMs, everything like that. But most of the countries overseas are, especially in Asia, are cash-based. Especially Japan. Not sure about Korea. It's been a long time since I went to South Korea.
Okay. You've been there?
Yes.
Is it tropical? What is it?
No,
is it mountainous? Is it desert?
Very mountainous.
Okay.
Very mountainous.
Okay. I have zero idea what I'm entering. Right? Zero. Like I am going to be the sore. Come on, I'm going to be the sore thumb boy out there. Yeah. I am going to be sticking out. So I am in for a culture shock to the nth degree.
Bring long sleeves.
I heard it's cold right now, or at least for some reason. I don't know, like if this is, I don't know, but
and tattoos are a big thing, like keeping those covered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, out there, so like,
cultural thing.
Okay, so
because I want to be, it's my brother's wife.
Yeah,
it's their family, their parents, and we're in your world. I just want to be respectful, you know. So Pendletons I can cover up. It's going to be cold anyway, so I was going to be wearing long sleeve. I think the whole time anyway.
And it might be snowing, so
I don't think I think they said it was going to be like in the mid to upper 40s, low 50s.
What if you get snowed in and you can't make Arizona?
I don't think it's snowing. I think it's just cold.
Yeah,
I don't.
Okay,
I don't. You know, I have no idea. Don't say that. Don't say that. Yeah, you guys have a busy schedule. Like Korea, then back to work for a week, then AZ, and in between this, we got bike nights, and it's
yeah.
I was telling my wife this like yesterday. I'm like, I don't have time to go to Korea right now. I don't have time to go to Korea, but once I'm there, I'm sure I will be like,
send your stunt double.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, never been that far away. I'm not looking forward to the 12-hour flight.
Yeah. March from there. 12 hours, not bad.
Oh, I know. What is yours to Japan?
So I did one. I had to come back to the States for like a training event, and I was living in Okinawa, which is an island about 4.5 hour flight south of Japan, mainland Japan.
Off the coast.
So I was living on the island. Flew from the island to mainland Japan. That was a 4-hour flight from mainland Japan to DFW. One shot. Tokyo Narita Airport to DFW. 16.5 hour flight. Yeah.
Damn.
That's straight.
Rough. I'm not looking forward to this one.
I hit that, and then I had to hit a second flight, another 4-hour flight from DFW to Indianapolis.
Dude, how did the freight have enough fuel to fly 12 hours like that?
Jeez. Especially military, right?
Yeah.
They can do whatever.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I'm like, whatever.
I'm going on.
You better go on there like almost exhausted or something, man. Like,
they'll make it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know. 16-hour flight? You betcha.
I don't work.
For like an upgraded seater.
My mom paid for it. That's the only reason I'm going. I'm like, my mom said, I'll pay for your ticket. She gave me every reason not to go. And so whatever she got, that's what I'm getting, you know.
That's all there is. What, bro? That's going to be a long flight with some crying babies or something.
Oh, man.
Not 12 hours, please.
We normally fly the bigger plane, so it's like actually pretty comfortable.
That's what I kind of hope.
Yeah, you'll get like movies and stuff on there. And
then on top of that, normally with those flights, there's less people flying to Korea in one shot. So with that, you're going to have a lot more. There might be 3 and 4 seats.
I think they actually I think that's why they changed our flight. We were supposed to leave on a Saturday, and then they changed it a full day. And I think because there wasn't probably enough people to justify sending that much fuel and shit all the way over there, so they pushed ours back a day.
100%. Yeah.
So that's why I'll be here for one extra day compared to what I originally was. Yeah. But I was like, they can do that? I'm like, Mom, they can just shit. I'm like, what about the hotel? She's like, well, I just canceled the hotel for that other night because they gave me enough notice and shit. I'm like, still, that changes your whole fucking plans if you're going to be there. My understanding is we leave now we leave Sunday morning. By the time we get there, it's Monday night.
Yes.
Over there.
Yes.
And then when I come back, I leave over there like Sunday at 10, and I land here in LAX at like 9 in the morning. Yeah. Something crazy.
The best thing I can tell anybody about long flights, as soon as you get off the flight, find a sauna or find a gym. Go hit a workout. I'm so serious. It resets your rhythm, and you're able to like continue on. Don't go straight to sleep, even if you're tired. Just go straight to find a gym, find a sauna, find
a sweat.
You can't even go to the gym, and I'm not even flying, dude.
Review.
Sit on the couch.
I'm in the drive having a beer.
I see why, dog. You look like you're always in the gym.
Yeah. Spend a lot of time in the gym.
No shit, you roll up here in a tank top. That shit.
77 degrees, still rubbing a tank top. Flannel. It's right here, break. Yeah. You know it's too good to do this podcast, right?
You don't know who's walking. Who's walking out there? Who's walking?
So much.
I told you we were just going to bust your balls down the front for me. Oh, shit. Well, listen, respect to that. I've been hitting the gym, and I get what you're talking about, man. I get the sweat portion of it and all that crap.
Get your endorphins going.
Got to, man.
All these days I'll be all yoked like you know. Be like, our homeboy Mikey. I always tell Mikey too, man. I always go hug our homeboy Mikey, and every time I hug Mikey, I'm always like, God damn, boy, you're like a fucking bowl, man. I'm probably feel like a marshmallow and shit walking up to that son of a bitch, man.
More bread fed.
Yeah. Well, what is it for you? Because everyone has a different reason. Is it the physique? Is it the release? Is it because I know everyone has their own reasons for doing it.
Routine.
Oh, it's routine for you now?
It's just like that's so ingrained into like my life. Like I have to do it or else.
It's part of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like I work everything in my schedule around my gym.
Okay.
Like
it's been part of your routine for a while. I think like for people that are like, how do you do it? Like you just said, how the fuck I'm going to the gym, you know?
I fell off the gym. I was on the gym routine.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say I fell off. I just hadn't started in fucking forever. I never was on the damn thing. But it got to the point now where it became like what you're saying, man. You just got to do it, and then you would just incorporate it into your daily routine, and it just you're like, it's that time. We go to the gym, and it's over, and it's done with. And I guess that's what I've gotten to now, where it's just part of like. And like it's part of I'm able to do it, you know. You look like you'd be spending all kinds of time in the gym.
I really don't.
2-hour sessions and shit.
No, dude. Like I literally hit like a 40-minute workout, and that's like a long one for me.
Okay.
30 to 45 minutes max. I hit the muscles I need to hit, focus on the target group, keep my rest time super low, and I go to work. Okay. Like short workout sessions, but I do like 5 or 6 of them a week. So, you know, it balances out, I guess.
Yeah, that's where your workouts are like what I can fit in my schedule.
Exactly.
30, 45, that's all I got, boy. I can't I can't do the 2-hour muscle mass training. I can't do that shit, man.
On top of that, like I listen to a lot of like older bodybuilders that are still around and still in the game or were in the game for a long time. Because like longevity is the most important thing for me at the end of the day. And like I listened to one that like Lee Haney always used to say. He was always like, stimulate, don't annihilate.
Well, that makes sense.
Enough to get a feeling for the workout, but not enough to annihilate the muscle for 3 to 4 days after.
Yeah, needs rest.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've learned a little bit, not much. I'm not a genius, but I have learned that if you do it, you got to rest it. There's a
exactly.
Scientific thing that's happening when you're building muscle, and
Yeah.
there's working it and then resting in it and working. Just like a pitcher in baseball, right?
Yep.
A pitcher can't fucking go and throw for another 4 or 5 days because they just threw 100 balls over and over and over again, and that's a lot of stress. You gotta let that shit go before you can go and do it again. You're gonna cause damage to it, you know?
My liver on Monday and Wednesday. There's no way on Monday and Wednesday. This is good to rest.
So what are you doing this year? Are you hitting any rallies or anything this year?
I'm planning Sturgis out. I want to ride to Sturgis.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That'll be a good one.
I think that's going to be the big one I want to hit before the end of the year, but we'll see if it happens. So yeah, no, I think Sturgis this year, it would be, oh God, that's the first time I've been there in like 7 years, 7, 8 years.
Sturgis?
Mm-hmm.
Never been, man. Never been.
Yeah.
I'd like to. It's a bucket list, obviously. I'm sure for like a lot of us.
Yeah,
I guess there was definitely a time before the kids where I had a better window to be able to.
Yeah.
And the job that I have now and everything, there was a window that I didn't take advantage of. I think that's what I have come to the terms with. That I'm like, oh man, I had like a 5-6 year window in there where I could have really made that happen. I'm sure. I guess it just wasn't on my radar at the time.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I really want to do that, but life, kid, job, responsibilities, a whole week away from shit. You know, it's like,
I heard it's getting pretty strict down there, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I heard it's getting pretty strict. Like, they kind of don't want it there anymore, but I think it's like established type of thing. So
Cops
it's like
are
the
out there.
cops are, the cops are
like
really
I was downtown
being strict
and
now.
nighttime came around and I was riding back and you have to have like clear lenses and
oh, geez.
Yeah,
I'll pull you over for anything.
that's what I heard.
Like, they really
get you for anything.
and they
right now.
import cops to that area from states.
They have to because there's not enough in who lives there to fucking survive that shit.
Yeah.
They'll never.
It's the same way in Daytona this week. Like,
I've never been to Daytona.
all my boys are like sending me pictures and stuff, like getting pulled over for the dumbest shit. Like the dumbest shit. I'm like, bro.
They're just out there to
Dude, his registration's 22 or 23.
23.
Yeah, just
It's
logging in
registered.
23. Yeah, I know. But I'm like, dude, you just don't have the updated stickers.
It's just a real, I guess as long as you're not drinking a beer, nothing. But that's it. I mean, whether it's registered or not, that's one reason to pull you over, just to check your tag, and for you to say, it's right here. You're drinking?
That's good advice. Ain't bad advice.
That's one reason. But really, man, it's one reason, man.
It is a reason. Yeah. The rallies are like, I like going to them and hanging out because you get to see a lot of the people in the industry. You get to see the manufacturers. You get to talk to people and all that. But I hate part of it. I hate the taking the fun out of it. I get it, man. Cops need revenue and everybody.
It's like, partying, having a good time, and then there's just high surveillance all around you with the cops and just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need some authority, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a bike rally. Like, let the people enjoy themselves unless they're acting like a complete fool, or you know what I mean? Like, to pull somebody over for like what did you say earlier? Like clear lenses, like come on, man, like.
And you got to be real too. Like, you got to think about the amount of millions of dollars in revenue that the city of Sturgis and the city of Deadwood get every single year.
Yeah.
They live off 2 weeks in the entire year for revenue. And you're going to pinch it down by law enforcement? Is that a good idea?
Yeah, but that law enforcement is making revenue. Guess what they're doing at the same time? They're handing those tickets out, man.
Because that's what happened in Hanford. I mean, after, I mean, obviously other things happened out there, but after that, the police presence just got so out of control that nobody was having fun anymore out there, and it just there is no more Laughlin Run. I think they do something in Bullhead City now, but it's you take the fun out of it, people just stop going. I
do love Laughlin.
I enjoy Laughlin. I enjoy Laughlin almost better than Vegas, just because it's so low key and chill.
Vegas, I hate Vegas.
I'm not a Vegas guy.
Yeah. First time I ever got put in cuffs was in Vegas.
Seems about right. I mean, that seems like a good place to. Seems like a good place to say I got cuffed right there in Vegas. I had to do some wild shit if you had to get cuffed in Vegas. All that shit going down.
Funnier in What's the night of like our Marine Corps birthday ball?
Yeah.
Uniform and hammered. My shit was falling off.
That doesn't sound like it went over well.
No, I got in a lot of trouble about that one.
Well, you still got stationed out here in Orange County, even after all that shit, right? Yeah. Now living the dream, man. Living the dream. So, what's next for you then, man?
I'm probably going to stay out here. I think next tour I'm going to be winding up back in San Diego.
Okay.
So
You're trying to stay out here then?
Yeah.
You like this shit?
Yeah.
This is where you
I
want
don't
to
want to go anywhere else.
Okay. All right.
There's nowhere else that feels like home to me, I guess. You know, like, yeah, I grew up in Alabama, but like, it's nobody's really there anymore. I don't want to move back. Like,
Well, what I tell you, you've been here for a long time.
Yeah, hold on.
You got it. Like if Joe's been here just as long, and I've been here just as long, and the only way I know I could survive here is because I was born and raised here.
yeah,
So I figured out how to make it work, boy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't come from any outside place, man. So
yeah.
if you leave, plan on leaving. You know, don't plan on coming back type shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's the way it is around here, unfortunately.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, it's paradise.
It's beautiful, though.
Yeah, it's paradise.
Well,
But
look at you guys are out riding today, and it's,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's the weather.
you know, it's like, man, you can see it.
Like, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, yeah, like moving away is cool and everything, but at the end of the day, where I grew up, it rained every single day.
yeah,
Every single day. It rained. On the dot, 3 o'clock, it's raining. What? And it was 100 degrees right after that. That sucks.
yeah.
And it's like humid for us here.
Humid. All day, every day.
Yeah.
It's mosquitoes that literally will black out the sun, dude.
I'd go visit Texas, man, and man, it'd be like, dude, I'd shower. And I'd walk out of the shower, and I'd have to get right back in because I was just as wet when I got out. Like, the sweat is just intense.
I'm not interested in that, man.
Dude, it was bad, man.
Well, we pay for it around here, man.
Yeah.
We pay for it around here. It's
Yeah.
paradise. I mean, enjoy it. You know, we got the canyons, we got the hills, we got, I don't know. There is a vibe here that people,
Best riding in the world.
this is a soak saturated culture of it,
Yeah.
man. Like this is a mecca of it. You know, if you're into the Harley shit, you know, it just, a lot of stuff originates from here, man. So
Sure does.
My
yeah.
cousin just was doing like a Rusty Butcher sporty boat build.
Yeah.
And he sent out, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" Like it's Solomon seed, or it was something like that. And he's like, "Yo, where's my seed at? It's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You guys said a week and a half, or you know." And oh man, I know it's something with the forks or something. Oh man, I'll get to you. You know, it's like I got orders, and he's like, "You guys can't ride anyways, right?" Like, what's the rush? And he's like, "Dude, I live in California." He's like, "Oh, I'll get your order up right now. Like, I'll give it to you guys." Like, you know, like, "Oh, you're a California boy. You guys ride all
all the
the
damn
I'll put these other orders to the side, and I'm gonna get your order out." But he got it. You know what I mean? It's like, "Oh, you live in California. Okay."
And that's
All right, I get it. Now I know why you want your parts.
Yeah. And that's like one of the big things about like out here is like I know how rough it is out here, like to make it. And like that's why I only like whenever I order parts for my bike, 95% of the time if I'm ordering a part, I want that joint to be made in California.
There you go.
You know, like that's why I went with GP, because like California made, like local
That's cool.
and incredible quality.
Yep.
You know,
It's a good way to go about it, man.
I love the podcast.
Yeah.
for real.
I need to get them back over here.
Yeah.
Very reputable. They know their shit, man. They're right here in Oxnard, man. They're in our backyard.
Yeah.
We have a lot of food companies actually right here in our backyard. More than I tend to even remember about, you know.
ARP manufacturing right in Santa Paula, right in my backyard. I eat breakfast right outside of it all the time, man.
Yeah, that guy was so
I can't buy nothing from them. So the shit, I have to go through somebody to order my shit. But yeah, right there, you know, Barnett.
Yeah, Bamco's out of Marietta. RWD's out of Marietta, Temecula.
Yep.
I prefer supporting California businesses.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, it's rough out here, bro.
So joke, man.
Jim's Performance is right here in Camarillo.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, a lot of heavy hitters around this area, man.
Yeah.
Right on. So, hey, I want to, I always tell people, man, thanks for coming out and just taking any amount of your time away from your family, your things. You as well, man. I mean, I guess it's your pride that, you know, But I always appreciate anyone coming down and just hanging out, man. Once we're in here, man, your family, your friends, man. Now we need it. Now we did this thing. That's cool. This is fun. I like hanging out and talking with you. But now we need to like ride. You know, now I need to go chase you, or you need to go chase me a little bit. Yeah. Do
like that food and beer.
Yeah, man. So I want to let people know where they can kind of get a hold of you. Maybe if they just want to hang out, they want to ride, just keep up with, because we all like to document our journeys, kind of what we're doing in this stuff. And some people vibe with certain people. So where can they connect with you and shit, man?
If anybody wants to hit me up, I literally only have an Instagram. It's literally my first and last name, Kaleb Busby. Kaleb with a K.
Kaleb Busby. Simple. Simple, man. Yep. And I, you know, we invite people here that are big on Instagram and they're nothing on Instagram, but it's the network, it's the people, it's the community. Somebody may hear this podcast and hear one thing that's like, I can connect with him. Let me hit him up. And just he's riding. He lives in my area. He likes to ride the way I ride. Yep. Whatever. Find you at a lot or something like that. You know, like that's just the way this shit works, man. So, what about you, dog? Where can they find you?
Just Instagram, Steven GLE __.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys
Never Surrender.
Never Surrender. Oh yeah, what's that, man?
It's just a clothing company that
don't say it's just a clothing. I don't like when people just say I'm just in this, you know. The company.
There's purpose behind it. It was a phrase that my uncle used to say, and he passed away, and I started just writing it on stuff, and people were like, dude, that's really cool, and made 12 shirts, and they sold out. And
I got one of the original 12.
Yeah, if you have one of those, like, that's the sick one.
Yeah, dude.
And you know that people that have one of those are like day one supporters. Yeah. We know of people. We see people that have our first shirt out and like some old shit of mine, and I'm like, damn, that's love. You know,
get that back, get one around back and frame it or something.
Oh shit, man. So what's the name of it again?
Never Surrender.
Never Surrender. So is there an Instagram specifically for that as well?
Yeah, check us out, Never Surrender Co. And it's just like a positive shred company and doing good things and just staying solid. So
man. Yeah. Well, it feels like it's got a little like context, background, meaning to you, more than just a hustle. It can be a hustle and it can turn into that, of course, but makes it easier when there's a little bit of like substance there for you to go like,
I didn't actively like look to start doing clothes. Kind of like I was sharping and tagging it around. People like, dude, that's so sick, and made stickers and shirts and.
It's funny, you'll see them wearing like the Never Surrender clothing and stuff like that, and like cruisy videos and stuff like that. We all rock it now, and
I think I've seen it before. I can't remember.
Probably tagged somewhere. Yeah.
It's more. I would say it's more like a crew than like a clothing thing, but it's not about the money. I'm not out there forcing it down people's throats. It's just kind of like a cool little thing, and it's just like a hand for the small guy that, keep going, chase your dreams, and don't give up, And, so,
that's dope, man. Sure. I like to think what we do is our way of putting back into this community in our way. It's kind of like your way, man. It's your way of like putting back into this shit, not just taking from it.
Exactly. You get more than you take.
Yeah, man. Everyone, good message. That is a good way to go out, man. That's a good way to go out.
Hell yeah, man.
Whatever you take from this community, this industry, this anything, this scene, this environment, anything, whatever you take from it, try and just throw something back in. You can take $10 worth and throw $1 back in. That's all right too.
Yeah.
But just try and throw something back into it, not just take, because you'll appreciate it and respect it from a totally different level when you do that type of
100%,
shit.
man.
Good shit, man. Appreciate you letting me know about it. I'm going to make sure to check it out. If you guys have it, make sure that you guys check it out. Yeah. Give this guy a follow. Go buy some Never Surrender gear over here. I'm going to have to go copy some as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks for guys for hanging out, man. If you guys don't know, every podcast drops 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the YouTube channel, so make sure you guys tune back in weekly. And then, of course, our blogs drop every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on the YouTube channel. You can catch them all over on the Spotify channel as well. Catch all the back videos and all the stories from over there, all right? Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks, God. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, man.
Later, guys. Later.
Peace.
Thanks, homeboys.
Dude, that was fun.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, I'm back.
Right? That's it. Yeah. We get to watch 5 partners and shit from here, too, man.
Yeah, I am looking kind of fucking gnarly right now.
Probably like
I got that one. That one's definitely taking the.